Let's talk about Vin Diesel. Love him or not, he is one of the few actors in Hollywood who can build a franchise from scratch. The Fast saga turned into a global spectacle. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy made him the voice of an icon, and the Riddick films became a cult favorite thanks to his dedication.
Come on, show me some teeth.
But not every passion project Diesel touches becomes the next billion-dollar franchise. And the latest update on his next big movie dream? Well, it is exciting and worrying at the same time. We are breaking down what is really going on with Vin Diesel's Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie, why Diesel's increased involvement is both promising and concerning, and whether this project even stands a real chance of happening. Here is the big headline. Vin Diesel is no longer just starring in the Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie. According to the latest reports, he is now writing it as well. That means he is taking on the trifecta: writing, starring, and producing. This is the highest level of creative involvement a performer can have in a blockbuster film, and that alone tells us that Diesel is pushing hard to make this movie a reality. He's been attached to this project since 2021 through his production company One Race Films. His sister, Samantha Vincent, is set to co-produce alongside Mattel Studios' Darian Greenbaum and Andrew Scannell. And Mattel is taking this project seriously. Remember, they just struck gold with Barbie, so their focus is on turning toys into cinematic franchises. Vin Diesel even put out a statement expressing how personal this project is for him. He said he wants to bring this classic toy from his childhood to modern audiences and tell a story about competition, strength, and ultimately, compassion. And to be fair, that sounds like a very Vin Diesel kind of pitch. Mattel Studios president Robbie Brenner backed him up, calling Diesel a powerhouse storyteller with a bold vision, so on the surface, everything sounds optimistic. But this is where the worrying part comes in. Vin Diesel writing the script does not automatically mean the movie is on the right track. His writing and directing history is extremely limited. His biggest writing credit is Strays, a film he made back in 1997.
This is my cousin Fred.
Do you use soap? To be honest with you, not all the time. Oh.
He also co-wrote and directed the Fast Saga short Los Bandoleros.
Tato.
Vamos.
Santo. Han Santo.
Beyond that, most of his franchises were guided by studio writers, directors, and producers, not Diesel himself. So taking charge of the script for a brand new franchise is a huge creative leap. And the industry knows that high involvement from a lead actor can either elevate a project or complicate development. Now let us talk about the biggest challenge facing Rock'em Sock'em Robots: competition. There is already a movie that explored robot boxing extremely well. Real Steel, directed by Sean Levy, starring Hugh Jackman, delivered emotional depth, father-son bonding, futuristic action, and world building that people still talk about years later.
Gotta get in close where he can't use that size and reach on us! Left to the box! Left to the box! Left to the box!
It was not a mega box office hit, but it became beloved, and for many audiences, it is the gold standard for robot fighting films. So the question becomes, what new angle can Rock'em Sock'em Robots offer? The tabletop game is nowhere near as popular now as it was when Diesel was a kid. Younger audiences barely know it, so the movie cannot rely on nostalgia for the brand. It needs a new hook, fresh world building, and characters that offer something Real Steel has not already done. And right now, we simply do not know what that is. That's why Diesel's heavy involvement raises eyebrows. On one hand, he is clearly passionate and committed. On the other, passion projects can go sideways if the foundation is not strong. And studios know this. They have watched multiple star-led franchises fall apart because no one pushed back on creative issues early on. So where does that leave the movie? Will it actually happen? Here's the honest truth. The project is technically alive. Diesel is writing. Mattel Studios is supporting it. Producers are attached. But the movie still needs a finished script, a director, a tone, and a budget approval. None of that is locked yet. This update tells us progress is happening, but slowly and uncertainly. The enthusiasm is there, but the industry confidence? Not as much. It could still move forward, especially if Diesel creates a compelling story that sets the movie apart from Real Steel. But as of right now, the future of Rock'em Sock'em Robots sits in that awkward middle zone. Not dead, but far from guaranteed. So that wraps up the latest on Vin Diesel's next big franchise gamble. Will it happen? It is possible. Will it succeed? That depends entirely on whether Diesel can deliver a script that feels fresh, emotional, and cinematic enough to justify a full-blown franchise.